All right, everyone. I'm sorry it took me so long to get signed in. I'm here at the hotel. Let me show you. My room's kind of dark, but there's my bed. I got a king. I got what they call a king size suite. My sister's next door with the queen. They didn't have any more single queens, so I went ahead and got the king size because I prefer a single bed. I don't need two beds in here. And sorry it took me so long to get signed in, but it was a real hassle. I had to, I'll tell you in a minute, had a real hard time signing into the internet. It kept kicking me out. And then I had a hard time getting signed into uh, YouTube. So I finally got that figured out. Uh, I got to get some stuff to clean up a little bit. So I don't know who's all out there. If you're out there, hey, Charmaine, how you doing? I'm not going to be able to get anybody up to join me, so this won't be real long. The reason is my laptop won't let me sign in because it says I don't have internet, and I can't sign into the internet until the laptop lets me sign in on my computer, and it's not doing it. So I'll have to figure out what's going on with that when I get back home. Like I said, I won't do a live stream next week. I'm going to be with the family. We're going to be doing tell you in a minute, family reunion next Saturday. I don't know what time it's going to get done, so I don't even want to try to schedule a live stream. So it'll be 2 weeks from today. I'll be back on live. I will be doing videos while I'm home. Probably won't do ones I depends on where they have the reunion at. If it's at the park, I'll do it. If it's out at somebody's house, I won't. At the park, I'll do some videos of the park. Some of the rides there are available for kids. I've done that before, but we'll do it. Maybe some of my cousins' kids will take the train ride or something. So we'll see. But I will. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Susanna, how you doing? I'm sorry it took me so long to get signed in, and I was having a real hard time. I had a hard time. I finally was able to get signed in on my phone. I could never get my laptop to work, so I'm doing this strictly on my phone. So I won't be able to have any guests because I don't know how to bring guests up on this one. I can probably do it, but I'm not sure how to do it. I don't use this is the first time I've ever used my phone for a live stream. So I want to welcome everybody for coming in. I want to thank you. It's been a very long day for me. I got up around 6 o'clock this morning. I started driving a little before 8, and I didn't get here till almost a little after 7. So I spent about 11 hours on the road driving. I did stop a couple of times. I stopped in Batavia, picked up my oldest sister. We had lunch with her husband before we left. And then we stopped a couple of times to get out because my oldest sister has a bad back. She's handicapped. She's I forget what they call it, but she has a real bad curvature of the spine. And so sitting long periods of time is hard on her. So we stopped a couple of times, got out, took a break, and, got a drink. She used the bathroom, that kind of stuff. And so now normally when I'm driving by myself, I'd have stopped probably once instead of twice. And plus we went a little farther than what we normally do because the hotel we usually stay at was packed. I had no rooms this weekend, or at least for Saturday. So we're a little farther down the road, so tomorrow's drive will be a little less. When I come back, I'll probably drive clear to Batavia, even though none of my relatives will be there in Batavia. But I'll probably just push it through Batavia. Hey, Nenang, how you doing? Let me give you a. No. Where's it at? No, I don't want to do that. No, don't want to do that. I'm trying to figure out how to give you a monitor. I'm not sure how to do that. Hey, Myro. No, 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 no. So anyway, I don't know how to give a monitor on this computer on this while I'm doing the live stream on my phone. When I'm on the laptop or the computer, I can do it very easy, but I can't do it on the phone when I'm doing the live stream on the phone. So I should, if you want, I should still have my Nightbot working. So just type in LLL and it'll drop your night. It should drop your link. And if one of you guys would do that, just let's make sure it's actually working. Girly, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Like I said, I'm having a lot of trouble, and with trying to get on, it took me forever. I had to sign outside, and the internet here at the hotel. Oh God, I'd get signed in, it kicked me out, and then I couldn't get signed in. It was really a pain. There you go, Tim. Thank you. Let's see if it's still working. Hopefully, it is. Because I'm in StreamYard, and it's set up. There it is. Yeah, it's still working. All right, everybody, just type in 3Ls if you want your link dropped. So go ahead and give some love to Tim if you don't already belong to him. But like I said, I will be doing some shorts this next few days. There you go, Ning. It should drop your link for you. While I'm back in Terre Haute, I'm going back to my hometown. I will visit. I got 3 sisters that still live in Terre Haute, and I will visit them. I'm wondering why it's not dropping anything. Maybe you have to be a monitor. I'm sorry, Nang Ning. It should work. It worked for. And I don't know how to give you monitor status because I'd love to do it. So I really don't know what's going on here. I gave it a star. I don't know. It's just really. Well, the next time I have a live stream, I will give you a. I will give you a blue jacket, and because I'll be back home and I'll be on my desktop computer, and I'll be able to do everything. Like I said on this phone, this is the first time I've ever done a live stream on my phone. So I'm having trouble. It's going to take me a while to figure everything out. I really am not very Dan. If y'all know Dan from Dan and Minnie's retirement, well, Dan says he's low tech. Well, Lazy's no tech. I'm lower tech than Dan, but we'll get it figured out eventually. But like I said, I'm on my way to Terre Haute, Indiana. I've driven over 500 and some miles today. Hey, Mertz. And I still got another probably about 400 miles to go. It's a long way from where I live to where I come from. Like I said, I got 3 sisters and a bunch of cousins. Now, all my cousins in Terre Haute are on my mother's side, and I'll be getting together with a bunch of them. I don't know how many. I have a cousin coming up from Florida. I haven't seen her in a couple of years, so it'd be nice to see her and her husband Tom. I don't know if their daughter Sarah will be with them or not, but Tom and Paula are about my age. Uh, they live down in Naples, Florida. They're coming up to visit. I will see Paula's brother George this week. I don't think he'll be at the family reunion, but Paula will be. And so I'll see her, if nothing else, that's on Saturday, this coming next Saturday, and her and Tom. And then I'll see a bunch of other cousins, hopefully a bunch I haven't seen in a while. Like I said, these are all cousins on my mother's side. Now they're on her father. Most of them are on her father's side, but some are on her mother's side as well. Most of the ones I know best are on her dad's side, but I think this is going to be mostly her mother's side, which I do know them, but most of them are a lot older than I am. I have a cousin on that side of the family. Her and her brother, both who are about my age, were aunt and uncles the day they were born. They have siblings that are like 20 years older than them. Their older sisters and stuff are old enough to be their parents. So we'll see that. Hey, Tim, I forgot to say hi to you earlier. I've been trying to get things going. I don't know how long I'm going to be going. I'm not crazy about doing this on a cell phone, but you got to do what you got to do. And like I said, I tried to do it on my laptop, but my laptop won't even let me sign in. It says you don't have internet, so you can't sign in, and it kicks me out. Now, I've used this laptop every time I've gone back home and done live streams on Saturdays like normal. I did it last year. I did 2 live streams on this very same laptop. But for some reason, today it would not let me sign in. And so I don't know. I'll have to get that figured out. Because that's what I figured. Hey, I'd do live streams on it before, and I can do it again. I never had trouble before doing a live stream on that laptop. But I haven't been on it for a while, so maybe that's the problem. Maybe I hadn't used it here recently enough. But it was telling me I didn't have internet. I can't have internet till I sign into the internet. That was a pain, let me tell you. It was driving me nuts. I don't know how many times I tried. It just would not let me do it. But finally, I was able to get the phone to let me do it. It took me a long time to get the phone to let me do it. And I didn't have the pin for it, so I had to get a new pin from StreamYard to get in. But like I said, it kept kicking me out of the. I finally figured out what I was doing wrong. Yeah, well, I happen to live about almost 700 miles from my family, maybe a little more. And so not all my cousins still live in Terre. And on my mom's mother's side, especially, actually on my mom's side of the family, my mom's mother's side and her father's side both, they don't get together very often. Unless it was my mom's immediate family. Her and her sisters and her brothers got together quite a bit, but their cousins and that didn't get together very much. And you might get together maybe once a year, and we lived in the same town and the same city, whatever you want to call it. It's a big town, small city. It depends on your definition. It's only about 70,000 people. So, I was talking to my sister today, and I was telling her how I met one of my cousins. I didn't even know he was my cousin. Now, I'm a little older than him, but I'm not a lot. I'm probably maybe 10 years older. I knew his dad. I worked with his dad. I knew his grandfather, but I didn't know him. And he always came in where I worked at the time I was working at a gas station. I was probably, probably around 30 years old. He was probably around 20, 21, something like that. And he'd come in the gas station all the time. We talked, got along pretty good, but we didn't know we were related. And his brother was coming home from the Navy, and he wanted to go pick him up, and he asked me if I wanted to go with him. I said, sure, sounds like fun. Give me something to do. So we go to the airport to pick up his brother, and the airplane comes in that his brother was supposed to be on, but he wasn't on it. And so he goes up to the receptionist, and he goes, my brother, Mike Ferran, was supposed to be on the plane. Can you tell me what was going on? And she goes, no, well, he wasn't on this plane. He's going to be on the next one. He'll be in it whatever time it was going to be. And I looked at Dave and I said, your last name's Ferran? And he goes, yeah. I said, well, hello, cousin. Because every Ferran in Vigo County, which is the county I lived in, every one of them's related to me. There's not a Ferran in that county not related to me. So I said, well, who's your grandpa? And I think he said Orville. I said, Uncle Orville. And he goes, well, who's your grandfather? I said, Merrill. He goes, Uncle Merrill? I said, yeah. He goes, well, damn, I didn't know that. I said, now, are you the David that played baseball? He goes, no, that's another cousin. I had two cousins named Dave Ferran, and one played baseball. I think he even played minor league baseball. He was a pretty good ball player. But, yeah, so I didn't even know he was my cousin. I mean, I'd been talking to him for months, but we never exchanged, names or anything. My last name's not Ferran, it's Lee. So my giving him my name wouldn't have gave it to him, but him telling me his last name, that's all I had to hear. I knew he was my cousin. Because, like I said, every one of them in that county, period, everyone is my cousin. And so I didn't know them all, but yeah, that was my grandfather, my mom's dad's side of the family. And like I said, my grandpa was the oldest of the family, of the boys, well, of the kids, period. He was the oldest. And so, yeah. But yeah, it's strange. I don't expect to see anybody on the Ferran side except for my immediate cousins, like I said, Paul and her husband, and George and his wife and kids. And the other, I only got one other set of cousins named Ferran. They live down in Texas. And I'm talking about, not Ferran, excuse me, from the Ferran side of the family, that's a first cousin to me. They're down in Texas, so I won't see them. I barely know her anyway. She was a little more standoffish than the rest of them. She's gotten better with age, but like I said, she lives down in Texas, so I won't see her. I haven't seen her in well over 30 years, almost 40 years. Somewhere, I'd say 30-some years. Paul and Tom, I used to see once in a while. They lived up in Fort Wayne until Tom retired. And then they moved to Florida. So I see them a whole lot less now. They're down in Florida. George, every time I go home, I see George. George and I are the same. We're like 11 days apart in age. I think I've told you all that before. So it's I do get to see him every time I go home. And I enjoy visiting with him and his wife. Another person I usually see every time I go home is a friend I've had for 55 years, actually over 55 years, closer to 57, 58 years, somewhere in there. But he passed away this year, so I won't be able to see him. I'll probably get a hold of his wife and see how she's doing. I haven't seen her. I don't see her. I see her every time I come home, but she's always with him. So I'm going to miss seeing Dave. Dave Terre was his name. Dave was like a brother between me and my younger brother. He fit about halfway between my younger brother and I as far as age goes. And his family is a great family. We always got. I could go to his house and spend the night anytime I wanted. he could come to my house and spend the night. If we were going out of town, my dad would call or my mom would call their mom, his mom, and say, "Hey, look, we're going to Lafayette. Dave's going to go with us," and they go, "Okay." One time we went down to Spring Mill State Park. Hey, we're going down to Spring Mill State Park, Lee family reunion. That's what we were going down there for, was family reunion. We're going to take Dave with us. And they go, "Okay, no problem," because they knew that my parents would watch out for him, and that my parents knew that if I was with his family, they'd watch out for me. Same thing with my younger brother if he was with them. My younger brother, when we first got to know him, didn't hang out with him as much, but later on he hung out with him more, especially after I went into service. There was a few years there with just the two of them. So they got to be real good friends as well. So it was a sad day for me when I found out that he passed away. And so it's yeah. I hope everybody's having a good one. I will go to bed here in a little while. Like I said, I'm not going to bed just yet. It's been a long day though, but it's a good day. I got to spend most of the day with my oldest sister, and like I said, we're traveling together. I picked her up. Now her room is right next door to mine, and we'll travel again tomorrow. Now she's going to stay with another cousin, which is one of our first cousins on my mom's, one of her sister's kids. Now, now that sister had two girls and a stepson. I know the girls real. They're all way older than I am. 10 years or 7 years. I think the stepson's older than that. I haven't seen him in probably 50 years, maybe longer. Jimmy, I haven't seen him in a long, long time. And Sharon and Rosalind, that's my cousins. They do make it. Usually see them at least once while I'm home. And especially if my sister, Wanda, my oldest sister's with me, because they're like best friends, just like my cousin George and I am. We're just like best friends as well as cousins, you know. And well, a lot of you, hey Larice, how you doing? I would give you a blue jacket, Larice, but I'm on my cell phone, and I don't know how to give a blue jacket when I'm on my cell phone doing a live stream. So I'm sorry, I can't do it. I won't do another live stream for about 2 weeks because next Saturday I'm going to be busy with my family, doing a family reunion. So we won't be doing anything else. I'll be taking videos while I'm home. I will post them, but I won't be doing a live stream till I get back home, and that'll be like I said, 2 weeks from today. And I will do it. My laptop would not let me sign in. It said I didn't have an internet connection. I don't know why I had to have an internet connection just to sign into my computer, but would not let me sign into my computer without an internet connection. So, you know, I have no clue what was going on there. But I tried, I don't know how many times I tried, and just would not let me sign in. I mean, it would set my password, but then it would kick me out saying no internet connection. And so, any we're trying to get things done. But yeah, tomorrow will be a shorter drive. I'll go by my cousin Sharon's house and drop my sister off. That's where she's staying. Then I'll go to my sister Ruth Ann and Alex's house, and I'll stay with them. And I got to meet up with my sister Carla sometime between Monday and Wednesday, and we'll have lunch together. And I'm not sure, but I expect she'll be at the reunion. She may be busy that day, and that's why she wants to get together for lunch. But her husband Dave and I and her, the three of us usually get together at least once for lunch, sometimes more. So I'll get together with my youngest sister. That's my youngest sister, Carla. I'll get together with her now. Carla's the one that has a daughter and a granddaughter. And I always see those two as well when I'm home. So like I said, my family like that, I get together with all the time. It's just these other cousins. They get together so rare. So it's going to be nice to be able to see some of them, because some of them I've not seen in 30 years. It's just that simple. And they just don't get together very often. So it's going to be nice to see them. And that's one of the reasons why I decided to go ahead and come home. Get to see some cousins I haven't seen in a very long time. And it's nice to come home during the summer. Now it's going to be a hot one. But that's all right. That's where I'm from. I'm used to the heat. During August, we usually get up in the 90s, and sometimes you break 100. The humidity is usually higher than in New York. Now, when I first moved to New York from Indiana, the first 3 or 4 years in New York during the summertime, I turned on an air conditioner once, and that was just to see if it worked. I never needed it. It took me that long to finally start thinking New York was hot, because it was just so much cooler. So now I think it's hot. And there are days it's even Midwest hot, but not near as many. And usually they don't have quite the humidity, but they do get it occasionally. But it's a lot less often. So, it's like, I know when I go to the Philippines, it will be hotter than what I'm used to, even from the Midwest. Because certain times of year, you're probably 90s every day and in the hundreds once in a while. And like I said, mine was maybe a couple of weeks to maybe a month of 90. And for the highs, the lows would be a little lower. And occasionally we get into the hundreds, but not a whole lot. So it'll take some adjustment, but that's fine. I mean, that's why most Western people, when they live in the Philippines, are in the equator type locations or locales, however you want to say it. We use air conditioning because we're not quite as used to the heat as the people that live in the Philippines, or South America. Certain spots will get very hot. But we adjust. It's just like anybody else. And no, I'm not wearing my hat. It's out in the car. I didn't bring it in. It's all right. We're not doing too bad. I'm really sorry for those of you that came in around 8 o'clock. I was trying to log in before 8, and I just could not get logged in. And I finally got logged in where I could send a message, but that was on my phone that I couldn't get in, to let y'all know that, hey, I'm trying, but I kept trying. Sammy, how you doing? I hope you're doing well, Sammy. I'm on my listen to me. I'm on my phone. I couldn't get into my laptop. I'm traveling back home to Terre Haute, and So I'm just trying to. I could not get into my laptop to do my live stream, so I had to do it on my phone. It took me forever to get signed in on my phone. Yeah, like I said, here's my hotel room. That's a king size bed. There's a sofa to sit on. Desk, got my stuff piled up there. TV. The CR is back that way. There's a desk there that you can use. I'm sitting at a table. Yeah, that's food. I was eating a little earlier. I hadn't cleaned up yet. And I'm in Ohio on my way back to Terre Haute, Indiana. I'm about 530 some miles from my hometown, from where I live now. I probably got about another 300 miles or so to go to get home. I'll do that tomorrow. I got my oldest sister with me. She's in the room next door. I'm going home. I won't be doing a live stream next Saturday. I'm going to be at a family function. We're having a family reunion, so I'll be doing that. It just would not let me sign in, Sammy. My laptop, hey Rona, my laptop just would not let me sign in. I tried, and it said, "Well, you don't have internet connection. You can't sign in." I've never had that problem before. I mean, you got to sign in to get into to get on the internet, and it wouldn't let me do it. LV, 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 LV. How you doing, LV? Yeah, I'm sitting in a hotel, and I'm trying to think. It's I'm trying to think of it. It's called Upper. Oh. Sandusky, Upper Sandusky. It's a little town called Upper Sandusky in Ohio, right off of 30. And I just started. My oldest sister, and I are, like I said, we're in Upper Sandusky on our way back to Terre Haute. We'll get to Terre Haute tomorrow. Like I said, we drove about 500. I drove around 530 miles. My sister is with me for over 300 of it, or around 300 of it. And we got here, checked in a little after 7. I kept trying to get into the internet, and they wouldn't let me in. I couldn't sign on my laptop. I couldn't sign in on my phone. So I just said, the heck with it, took a break, went and grabbed a bite to eat, came back, and kept trying to get in. And it took me, after I got back, it took me a good 20 minutes still before I could get in. And my laptop never let me sign in. I'd put in my password and I start doing the circle, like it's signing in. It says, can't sign in. No, you don't have internet connection. And I'm thinking I haven't used the laptop for a while, so it may want me to sign in the first time with the internet connection. So I should have signed in yesterday on the laptop at home to make sure everything was working properly. I didn't do that. I was doing other things like my laundry. I had to run my rent check over to the office and drop it in the rent slot because the rent's due on the 1st. And I'm going to be in Terre Haute. I'm not going to be there. And if you don't have it in by the 4th or 5th, it's considered late. Well, I'm not getting home till the 7th. So it would be late, which means I'd have to pay a late fee. So I just went ahead and wrote the check up and dropped it off and don't have to worry about it. I had the money anyway. That's where it was going. I just paid it a couple of days early. Big deal. And hey, Brother Rob, how you doing, man? Welcome, Robert. And yeah, the Wi-Fi here is very weak, and but it's very tricky if you have one. You know how when you type in at least when I type in my password, it wants to kick a space in. I wouldn't take it. I found out there can't be a space after. So after I type it in, I have to backspace up to it, then sign in. So I had to go to the desk. I mean, like I said, I was having all kinds of trouble. And I had to go to the desk to find, and so it finally let me in. Well, then I couldn't get into StreamYard on my phone because I've never used StreamYard on my phone. And so I had to get all kinds of jump through a few hoops there. And like one of the things I had to let them know, yeah, I'm trying to sign in. I need a new password. I mean, new passcode because the one I had wasn't working. And so they sent me a passcode to my email address. And I had to type that in. Then it finally let me in. And then it let me go to where I had it set up and I was able to get in. So like I said, it was just one thing after another that I had to overcome these different things. And it took me a while to overcome them because, like I said, Dan always claims he's low tech. Well, I'm no tech. I mean, you know, but I was able to get it figured out and finally got on. We've been going for over half an hour finally. So I'm only an hour and a half late. I was only about an hour late getting on. It's like, oh man, but it really was a pain doing it. And I'd almost given up. I was just going to type in then I tried one. I said, let's try this thing here. And it let me get into YardStream. But StreamYard, excuse me. And I was about ready to say the heck with it. I'm done. I'll just type in there, sorry, everybody, I can't get in. Talk to you in 2 weeks. But finally was able to get in. That makes me happy. I was able to do the live stream because I enjoy the live streams, as you all know. I've always told you before. I like the live streams. I enjoy doing it. I wish I could have people come up, but I don't know how to do it on the cell phone, so I'm not even going to try. Yeah, at least the Nightbots work. Now, for some reason, the ones that tried that don't have a blue jacket was not being able to type in the 3 L's and get their links shown up. Nightbot wasn't dropping their link, and I cannot figure out how to give them a blue jacket. Tox, hello, how you doing, Tox? Welcome. I could not figure out how to give them a blue jacket so they could do it. And so I had a couple of people come in that didn't have blue jackets. I've seen them in other streams. I think one of them's even commented on my videos before. And so I was, I was going to give them blue jackets. I just can't do it on the phone for some reason. If I'm using StreamYard, I guess I got to be in, I'll tell you in a minute. And YouTube to do it. That's what I'm assuming because when I do my live stream on my desktop, my phone's in YouTube. I'm watching through YouTube, and I got StreamYard on my desktop doing the live stream. So that may be the problem. RD, Cindy, welcome. Glad to see y'all here. And we're glad that Elvie sent you. She's here as well. At least she was here just a couple of minutes ago. And so, sorry I got such a late start. But hey, Shane, welcome. And Pamela. And Pamela, if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, I'm sorry, but that's the way we pronounce it here in the States. Would be pronounced Pamela. And so I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it, because like I said, you guys have ways of pronouncing the words, which is not incorrect. It's correct because it's your language, and you know how to pronounce your name. Ian, how you doing? Welcome. And we appreciate you coming. We appreciate all the support Elvie and Tox and everybody else shows me by having them either watching my videos or coming to my live streams. And so it's been a good day. I'm glad everybody's here. Like I said, it's been a long day. I was on the road for almost 11 hours, counting my break times. Actually, it was just a little over 11 hours. And all right, Robert, it sounds like you're leaving. You take it easy, man, and enjoy yourself. We appreciate you coming. Thank you for your support. And but like I said, yeah, I left. I started driving from Albany area. Got on the road around 10 minutes to 8, and I got here about 5, maybe 15, somewhere between 5 to 15 minutes after 7. I got here, so it's less than 11 and a half hours, but a little over 11. And that, like I said, that's counting my break times. We get out and take a break. Now, when I stopped in Batavia, that was my longest break. That was probably about an hour. That lunchtime was my biggest meal. Breakfast was just a talk show like this. It was just a donut. It was what we would call a cinnamon roll. I had that for breakfast. I usually don't, but it's like, hey, I'm traveling and I want something quick and easy. I don't want to cook. All my dishes are clean. Let's don't go dirty in any. Lorraine, how you doing, Lorraine? Thank you for coming. And so, and then I had a spicy chicken and potatoes and mixed vegetables lunch at Denny's. Very good. That was, like I said, that was my main meal, but it was even fewer calories than the donut. Are about the same amount of calories. A lot more filling, but a lot better for me. But it had hot peppers and spices and all that good stuff. And then I had a bacon cheeseburger from McDonald's and some French fries for supper. And so, not the best food to eat, but when you're on the road, what are you going to do? I eat better when I'm at home. I really do. I cook more for myself. I rarely go out to a fast food place. I do occasionally, but rarely. Uh, Now, like I said, Denny's was actually a healthy meal. What I ordered was actually healthy as far as calories and stuff, very low in calories. Uh, so, it was a decent, really good meal. When I say low, I mean compared to a lot of other things like that quarter pounder and French fries was a lot more than that meal at Denny's. Yes, I'm still trying to watch my weight and lose some weight. I'll never get in the best of shape the best shape I've ever been in. That was many, many years ago. That was well over 50 years ago. That was almost 52 years ago. Right after I got out of boot camp, I was 18. I was in great shape. And it slowly went downhill since. And after I got out of the Navy, it went downhill quick for a while. But that was my fault. That's nobody's fault but mine. I always take credit for what I do right, and I always take the blame when I'm wrong. I believe in being honest about yourself. And I'm with you. I just noticed that statement, Sammy. I didn't see it earlier. It's up there on top. It says, I'm doing well, KU, just a lazy morning. Well, mine was a lazy day for a while, but like I said, I just did a lot of driving. And driving doesn't bother me as much as it does a lot of people. It bothers me more now that I'm older. But like I said, actual drive time was probably around 9 hours today. And I could have drove longer if I had to. It's not a problem. Although I prefer to take the break and get out and stretch my legs and go to sleep. So that's what we're doing. And it's a lot easier on my sister. She can't take that kind of drive. Like I said, she got a real bad curvature in the spine. And sitting long periods of time in a car can bother her back real bad. And so it's best that we stop. And even when she was younger, because she was born with this curvature of the spine, but even when she was younger, she could do a lot longer drive than this. It just, as age, it bothers you more. My sister's 10 years older than I am. This is my oldest sister. My youngest sister's almost 8 years younger. She's 7.5, just about 7.5 years younger. So right now, she's 63, and so she's only 7 till I hit my birthday. Then she'll be 8. My oldest sister's 81, so she's 11 years older till I hit my birthday. Then she's back to 10 years older. So, and that's the oldest and youngest. Anna G, how you doing, Anna G? Welcome. I'm glad you came. Like I said, we're just here. I'm traveling. I'm in a hotel. Dens, how you doing? Thank you for coming. Yeah, good morning to you. Good evening here. Remember now we're 12 hours apart. You guys are at about 9:41 in the morning, Sunday morning, and it's 9:41 at night, Saturday night here. And if I'd open up the curtain, you can tell it's dark outside now. But my day's been good. Like I said, I spent most of the day driving, and I drove from where I live in Albany, New York area to I'm in a place called Upper Sandusky, Ohio. It's over an hour away from Sandusky, Ohio, and Sandusky is north, so I don't know why they call it Upper Sandusky. But I'm traveling with my oldest sister. We're going back home to Terre, Haute, which is where we're from. And now, of all the kids in my family, and I'm talking about my immediate family, I'm the only one not born in Terre Haute. Everybody else was born there. But I was born in Indiana like the rest of them. I was just born in northern Indiana. But Terre Haute's my hometown. I mean, we moved back from where I was born at, which is Lafayette, Indiana, to Terre Haute when I was like 3 months old. So then we lived for 2 years in Casey, Illinois. So outside of 2 years and 3 months, my first a little over 18 years was in Terre Haute. So I spent almost 16 years in Terre Haute. That's where I grew up at. Yes, Anna G, I'm off. I'm on vacation. I don't go back to work till I want to say the 7th and maybe the 8th. Let me look at a calendar here real quick. There it is. I go back to work on the 7th of August. And so I'm off to the 7th. Like I said, I've driven over 500 almost 30 miles today. Let's see. Let me see something here. No, that's not what I want. $530 miles equals how many kilometers? All right, I've driven 852.952 kilometers today. So, yeah, I put some mileage on my car today, and that's all right. It's like I said, a lot of the time I was with, hey, every man repeats the story. How you doing? Like I said, I got to spend a lot of time with my sister. I don't get to see her as much as I used to now. Before I moved down to Albany area, I saw her every week, sometimes more. We only lived about 20 miles from each other, if not even that, about 17, 15, something like that. So we'd get together about once a week, twice a week, unless one of us was on vacation out of town. We'd get together and maybe just talk or maybe go get something to eat. And I always got together with her husband as well. Yes, that's what I'm going to do, Anna G. I'm going to go home and see a bunch of my cousins that I haven't seen in years. Some of my cousins I see every year I go home, but most of the ones I'm going to see this time I don't see very often. Some of them I may have not seen in 30 years or more, so it's going to be nice to see them. Jimenez, welcome. I would give you a blue jacket, but I'm on my cell phone and I can't do it on my cell phone. I'm traveling. I brought my laptop, but my laptop would not let me sign in. It said I didn't have internet connection, and I can't get the internet connection without signing in. Uh, I think what it is, I just hadn't used it in so long. It wants to get signed in on a network it knows. So when I get back home, I'll sign it in on a network that it knows, and I'll sign in every once in a while just to keep it, because I don't use my laptop very often. It's a very rare thing that I use it, because it's got like a 17-inch screen, and my desktop has a 27. And or I'll watch YouTube on my TV, which is a 50-inch screen. So I don't do a whole lot on my laptop anymore. I used to all the time. I used to be on it. I mean, I was on it almost every day. But I had a bigger screen signed up to it. I had a 27-inch screen set up for it as well. So, but I just don't have the room to set that up like that again. So I just don't use it very much. And since I got my TV set up, I don't use it hardly at all. I used to use it once in a while, just take a break from my computer, just sit somewhere else. But what can I say? It's I like it. It is a nice laptop, and I don't use it enough, so I'm gonna have to start using it a little more. But yeah, I am looking forward to the break. Like I said, I will do some shorts. How often I upload them, I don't know. I may not upload them until I get back home. I hope to be able to upload some before that. But my next live stream will be 2 weeks from today. What day of the week is that? The 10th. My next live stream will be on the 10th of August. And so I will do another live stream then, but I will not do one the 3rd. And because, like I said, I'll be spending time with my family. Hey, Abby, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Good morning to you, Abby. And I hope you're having a good day. I hope you had a great weekend so far, all of you. And like I said, I've had a nice day. Even though it was a long day driving, like I said, I enjoyed talking with my sister and having lunch with my brother-in-law. I'm a lucky man that I happen to like my brother-in-laws. Hey, Percy, how you doing? Especially my oldest brother-in-law. My oldest sister and her husband been married, oh God, about 55 years, maybe longer. I'm trying to remember, but at least 55 years. And I want to say it's longer. Let's see. No, it wasn't 60. Probably somewhere around 57 years, somewhere in that area. I mean, it's pushing towards 60, but it's not there yet. And they've been married a very long time. Hey, Tim, you take it easy, man. I know your girlfriend's probably coming over. And so you enjoy yourself. And hopefully you're feeling good. Hopefully you're over your jet lag. So I want to thank you for coming and showing support. Like I said, some of you, like Mike, married to a beautiful woman, came in a couple of different times trying to catch me before he was able finally to catch me, because took me almost an hour to get signed in. I just had so much trouble. So, but next time I travel, I'll make sure the laptop's set up better. Because like I said, I can do it on the phone. It's just such a pain. And I can't have guests come up. And if I'm on my laptop, I can. And so I would just as soon do it on the laptop for that reason. Plus, also, I can give people a monitor if I'm on my laptop where I can't when I'm doing it on my phone. I might be able to if I switch out of one phone take it off the one channel and put it on my other. Let me see if that will work. And let me try that. Just bear with me, people. I'm just being. There we go. Let me see something here real quick. Oh, I can't go back far enough to find somebody that doesn't have it. If anybody, oh, here's one. All right, I can do it. All right, Jimenez, if you want to drop your link, type in LLL, and my Nightbot should drop your link in. If anybody else is out there, if you don't have a monitor status, because I know I had Sexy was here earlier, and she doesn't have it, so if she's still out there, if she'll type in, I can give her monitor status now, and she can type in the LLL and get her link dropped if she wants. But I can't go back far enough to find it, so I can't do it that way. But that's all right. I just wanted to see, so I know next time if I do it on my cell phone, I'll have to have this as well. But we'll get it done. So we've been going for a while. Wow, we've been on almost an hour now. And so, all right, folks, I think I'm going to end this one. I want to thank you all for coming. And every man, I see the comment, "Who's your daddy?" A lot of people say that's how the people in Indiana got the nickname Hoosier, because they meet somebody from somewhere and they say, "Well, who's your daddy? Who's your mama?" Now that could just be old wives' tale, you know. But that was one of the things they used to say, that about how the nickname for people from Indiana who got the nickname Hoosier, because they'd always be saying, "Who's your mama? Who's your daddy?" So I don't know if that's true or not, but it makes as much sense as anything else, if you ask me. So anyway, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this one down, I believe. And I haven't even finished eating yet, so I'll finish up eating. Then I'll get ready to go to bed here in a little bit. I got to get up in the morning, and we'll have to get down the road, and I'll be in Terre tomorrow afternoon sometime. It won't be as much driving tomorrow as there was today. I do plan on, when I go back home, I do plan on doing a long drive again. I think I'll drive all the way to Batavia. I usually stop in Erie, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and drive to Batavia and stop there and spend the night. And then I'll have a real easy drive home the next day. It'll only be like 4 hours and I'll be home. I may change my mind and decide to stop somewhere else. Maybe I'll stop in Cleveland or somewhere outside of Cleveland or towards New York side, maybe around Buffalo. So I don't know, but we'll have to make that decision so I can make the hotel reservations, get that done. But once again, I want to thank you all for coming. I'm glad you came. I'm sorry it took me so long to get this live stream going. I hope you all enjoyed it. Remember now, as I always say, remember, be kind to each other. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Plus, as always, try to have fun. And also, remember, you don't have to like each other, but you need to be kind. Bye.